Alright, it's time for part 2.
This video has a very unique idea that I don't know if it has been done like this before. I've already seen this video before, so I'm just gonna say what I thought about it. I really like the idea of pirates fighting stormtroopers. These are the kind of ideas I want to see more of. One very obvious issue is clipping audio. The audio doesn't have to be over 11 to make it sound loud. Loudness can be done with the contrast of other sounds, so if it's quieter at some point and then it gets louder, it feels louder than if it's loud all the time. The audio of this video can get painful at times, and it was very clear that it needed to be turned down or edited differently entirely. Some parts of the video are out of focus, but it doesn't happen enough that it's an issue. Visually, the issues aren't there. I can't forgive the video being only in 480p because it is framed very well. The cinematography was far better than the audio, but the audio will take some points down. Because of that, this is only a 6 out of 10. The dedication of JM Productions to keep the camera moving throughout the entire video is unreal. I absolutely love how it was executed. The lighting for the most part was pretty basic. I will forgive that because the way everything was presented was totally top notch. There's no other way to say it. I knew this video was going to be a banger from the beginning. The introduction was absolutely perfect. I don't feel like this video was a second too short or too long. It was perfectly paced. The rocket launcher was animated better than I have ever animated any gun in my time making LEGO videos. One issue is that when the girl swings the axe, it feels like she barely touched them. This wouldn't be much of an issue, but it's so distracting because the rest of the video is cold. I don't want to take much away from the points because of this alone, since this video was the most consistently amazing out of all of them. So selfishly, I'm going to give this a 9.9 out of 10.
Bricks is back at it again, but with something completely different. I adore the use of red background. It builds a mood that's harder to just do with Legos alone. Because, well, they're Legos. The framing was alright. The only issue I could find is the camera slightly rose up when the Green Goblin was speaking once, and it seemed like it happened on accident, so that does take away some points. The vibe of the video definitely is what carried this video, so I will give it an 8 out of 10. Next up is a video by Random Warehouse Studios. The main issue of this video is that it's all build-up and it never shows the rest of the build-up. It exists more of a statement. The animation, however, was very well done. I like how Wolverine never spoke. I don't know, but usually it would have been better if he spoke, but in this video alone, it actually helped out that he didn't, because I don't think he would have even added anything better for the video. I like how Deadpool interrupts himself as he throws Wolverine in the car. I think that was actually really funny. That was my favorite part. I feel like it was just even funnier because Wolverine was just there to show his presence. The set design was minimal, but it was actually really nice with the card collection that was shown. This video just being a non-existent punchline still does kinda hurt its points a lot. Having Wolverine and Deadpool do things would have been better. Like, now that they're in the Marvel universe, you could have put that into different directions. Like, it didn't have to be some crazy fight scene, but just like a small comedy bit of something they're doing in the Marvel universe. I did actually enjoy this video, so that will give us some points back in return. Because of that, this gets a 7 out of 10. The video right after is by Tiger Studios. The lighting in the beginning was meh, but it was improved later with the red. It made the video look far better, so it will not lose any points for that. The part that stands out is when the force powers are used to lift up the clone. Having the hands try to reach the neck was a great touch, and I love how the whole thing was done as a whole. The issue with the video is that it cut right before we could see the full consequence of the clones meeting a Sith. Just like the video right before, it has a lot of build up, but not enough of a finishing point. But I do feel like this actually hurts this video more because this video is shorter, which makes the build up way more noticeable. It would have been better even if it just showed half a second of one of the two clones being attacked by the lightsaber. So I guess I'll give this a 6.5 out of 10. I think MS Bricks knew what he was doing when he submitted this video. I'm a total fiend for shallow focal lengths in videos. The use of blacks in this video is something I would actually steal for my own videos. I of course have to find something to break apart, so I have to say that there was one shot that was unnecessary. The one where it just showed the Lego's butt cheeks was unnecessary. Everything else fit, but that one part stood out and it added nothing. Maybe a shot from the back of the upper body as he DJ'd would have been better. This video was very clear of what it wanted to do, and it did it magnificently. This is easily a 9.5 out of 10. Right off the bat, there's something I love about this video. The contrasty look appears great, and it doesn't sacrifice the blacks. The dynamic range is respected well here. The slow motion effect was done really well, and I love how the blood splattered. It didn't look like some cheap green screen effect, and it felt like it moved the same speed as the video itself. Just like the video before, the premise was small, but it added so much to the video, so I will give this a 9.5 out of 10. This is the first time we've ever had two 9.5s back to back. Ulysses and Estevan definitely showed improvement with the second submission. The framing for this video was done perfectly. The fire animation was done really well. How everything shook when the dude was fired was also done very well. My issues come up in the end of the video. Using a 2018 meme in the year 2024 for a video definitely took away some points. The meme died 6 years ago, which isn't long enough for it to become as ironic or post-irony. At the current time, using a 6-year-old meme just takes away from the creativity. Potentially cringe. It also would have been way more fun to see the actual explosion, because we know you guys have the skill to pull that off. So not doing it is kind of a letdown. The explosion meme clip would have been better if the "we'll be right back" part was removed, since it stopped the video's pacing. Analyzing the whole video together, I have to give this a 6 out of 10. The beginning really carried this video. Let's remember how the rating system works. I'm reviewing videos of what was attempted and how well it was executed. If someone's video was a whole Lego movie and it only was meh, it's probably just gonna get a 5 out of 10. If someone submitted a small skit but if it was done beautifully, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. Now let's check this video by YTX. I don't know how to pronounce it. The framing at times was off, like the time where the character was just in the corner. I do, however, really like how the TNT was done. I didn't even know there were Lego elytras, so that caught me off guard. The firework effects done for the flying were done excellently. I do suggest getting a stronger light that lights everything better. The pickup and the fall were definitely the highlight of this video. This is definitely better than how my first year YouTube was, so I'll give this a 6 out of 10. This video is under 10 seconds long, so this will be very quick. The use of clay for the basketball was genius. This might have been the first time I've ever seen that in a Lego video. It would have been better if Sonic was the larger piece of clay when he first transitioned. However, there is no issue with the Heisenberg explosion. The use of bricks for an explosion like that, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Usually, I see it as drawn or done with cotton, but the animation when he did like move his hands were still a little bit choppy. Other than that, this is an 8 out of 10. Next up is a video by Corm Studios. I love the filter in this video that it gave off and the colors it had. Right off the bat, I knew this was going to be good. I love the drawn highlights across this whole video. Even when they weren't noticeable, it did so much to enhance the experience. When Lloyd jumped, you could see the remains of the masking, but the premise for it was definitely outstanding. Everything was also framed very well. There wasn't any shot I felt like it was filmed poorly on the camera's end. When the ninjas came out of the elevator, it did feel like as they were underexposed. Other than that, the lighting was done very well. The small light when the rides were revealed were done very well as well. They actually looked even better with the filter. I love the effect in the end of the video of all the ninjas attacking. The slow motion was one of the highlights. However, it was very obvious when the screen went black that it was just a black square covering it, because the filter lifted up the blacks and it revealed the aspect ratio just being a whole square. I had a lot to say for this video, but it definitely earned a 9 out of 10. This was an intro animation, so there isn't really much I can say, but I'll try. The transitions were done very well along the lighting. I really like how the car slowed down just like the slow motion was done in the previous video I reviewed. I do feel like the intro was too long. It was 15 seconds long, and the video we just saw showed us what we can do with just under 10. Unless the episodes are going to be past 5 minutes long, I would understand, but otherwise, it would be better to trim it down. There's no issues I have other than that, so I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10.
What's 9 plus 10?
Next up is a video by Cadence Studios. I generally didn't think this was a joke when I read the title saying it was made in Blender. I quickly saw the digital noise in the sides from the camera and saw the bio. Nonetheless, the lighting was done beautifully. This also goes for the set design. I wouldn't say much about the audio because it was supposed to be a joke video, so I'll let it being a silent slide. But even going this hard alone for the visuals showed how much skill was put into play. Another short review, but this is getting a 10 out of 10. The premise is small, but this was done and taken to a whole different level just for the sake of doing it. It's like bringing a nuke to a gunfight. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. If you want to be in the next submission or you didn't see your submission here, it will be in part 3. The link will be in the bio. See you guys next time.